Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy, welcome to my world. Hello again everyone, welcome back. I need to push some buttons. Right, let's just explain the core of what we're going to be doing this evening. Thank you to everyone who submitted issues on the GitHub repo for rolling-rhino and also pull requests for improvements. So we're going to take a look at the pull requests, get some of those merged, hopefully get them tested, and going to run through some of the issues. Had a quick peek at some of them. There's already been some people followed up, there's some answers in there. So that's the basis of this, although I'm trying out some new stuff on the stream as well. So if it all goes horribly wrong, sorry about that. Before we get into looking at GitHub, few things that we need to point out. First of all, oh gosh, how do we do this? There. These are new. That's the sub count. Got little tuxes to represent the sub count. And looks like part of it's not working because one of those is supposed to be live views and that's not updating yet. So hey ho. And I should also point out that qualified for the YouTube affiliate program or something like that, YouTube partner program, and that means super chat's now enabled. Don't expect anyone to use it, but it's there if anyone wants to get my attention with a question that I'm failing to see in the chat. So thank you Kevin for the sub, and what we now see is I've added a subtrain, a tux themed subtrain. So if you subscribe to the channel, you can boost the subtrain. Got 3 minutes for little tux to get to big tux. After that, they vanish. If you keep subscribing, keeps the subtrain going. So that's a little bit of fun that I've been playing with as well. Right, let's just catch up with the chat. So let's go and have a look. Oh, I see. There we go. First massive fail. Chat's not working. That's disappointing. This worked in testing. This is why. Oh boy. Okay, let's go and fix that then. Well, okay, that's slightly disappointing. I had hoped that that was going to work, but apparently not. Right. Okay. Let's catch up with chat then. So what have we got here? Right. Hello. So Aaron asks, what earbuds am I wearing? They are the first generation Sennheiser somethings. Sennheiser Momentum, first generation. Welcome back, Stuart Langridge. What's he say here? I feel like preparing for a stream about hard-nosed technical subjects. No, unfair, Stuart. Oh no, magic chat. No, it's so yes. So that's a different. I was using an API. I was trying to use the Streamlabs API, which worked when I tested it the other day, and now apparently doesn't work. So that's quite frustrating. So bother. Anyway, let's not worry about that for now. Let's go down here. In fact, we're going to just need to turn on that and this one as well here. Okay, so here's the project, and I want to have a look through the pull requests. So there's been 9 of those, so we'll have a quick look at those. Goodness. Okay. Now this one I looked at earlier and it's deviated as other people have submitted stuff, so we won't be merging that one because it doesn't merge cleanly. Looks like Jeffrey has provided an improvement to the yes/no prompting. So, oh, this is annoying. I can't believe that chat's not working after all that work. I tested this last night with Popey. It was working. Henrik says it worked in testing, summarises his whole week. Yeah, it's annoying when this happens, isn't it? Right, okay. I was so sure it was going to work as well. I'll tell you what, let's just try something. I'm not satisfied that that's not going. Right. So, we have a pull request which does what? It just uses the correct convention. So, thank you, Jeffrey, for that one. We'll take that. So, let's rebase and merge that. I should see what's going on here. Oh wow, let's see what's going on. Right, okay. Let's bring the chat back up here. There we go. So that's that one done. And what else we got here? Fix desktop packages. Oh man, I make this mistake all the time. Okay, so currently the script detects the available desktop environment by searching for the string installed, which doesn't work in non-English distros, of course. So what are we doing here? We've got lang being set to C. It looks like there was a little discussion, so let's just look at the whole diff. Okay, right, that seems perfectly sensible and is a mistake I really need to get out of the habit of making. Right, thank you for that. Oops, smiley cat. Don't think so. It's just, there we go. Right, let's get that one merged in. So Joshua Lee asks, I'm curious how similar rolling-rhino is to Debian testing. It's more like Debian unstable because Ubuntu during the sort of first 2/3 or 3/4 of the development cycle syncs against Debian unstable. So new packages coming into Debian unstable automatically get inserted into Ubuntu, and if they build and pass auto package tests and all of that sort of thing, then they automatically migrate into the archive, providing they've not been held for any reason. You know, maybe there's a specific patch we're carrying that, you know, we need, and so we've got a hold on it. But yeah, so Debian unstable comes through, gets built, and all the architecture's on Ubuntu. And if for any reason those builds fail, package tests fail, then it gets held in a queue and those get reviewed and fixed, and then they'll make their way in. So there is kind of a gate. It's not just sort of an onslaught of new stuff. There is some QA and testing that happens before those packages make their way to the archive. Hopefully that's answered the question. Yeah, I'm just super disappointed the chat wasn't working. I'm like, Anyway, it is what it is. And the problem with OBS is that you can't really sort of fix it without going to weird screens and stuff. I suppose I could do something like unlock this one and yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? It's a bit of a dirty hack, but that will do it too. There we go. Slightly less awful. Right then. Just checking in chat there. Tom Racing asks if he can copy the fancy message function. Yes, of course you can. Yeah, by all means. I think it's MIT licensed, and in fact, don't do it just yet because I think there's a pull request to improve it coming up. So wait for that. And Big Pod says he only really watches mine and DistroTube's live streams. Well, I'm honoured indeed. Thank you for that. Right then, let's get on to some more PRs. Here we go. So John the Nice Guy has provided an improvement to that very function we were just referring to, Fancy Messenger. He's got rid of the numerics, which I was complaining were confusing, and replaced those with actual words. That's infinitely better. Let's just take a look at that whole PR as a diff. Okay. Thanks, John. I don't know if John's in the chat, probably not. It's quite late here in the UK. But if you're watching this back, John, thank you. Right, okay. That is going to get merged. Oh. What's going on there? Oh, because we've merged something else. So what have we got here? Ah, fine. Okay. So we need to keep info to keep Jeffrey's feature. Okay. So that should solve that. So let's mark as resolved. Right then, that's that done. Right, we'll squash those because there's really one change, not two. Cool. Right. So who was that was asking after that function? That should be all done now. Oh, support WSL. So this is from my colleague Hayden Barnes, who is of WSL fame. So this is going to be pretty authoritative, I think. What have we got? Nice meta package, lovely. Okay, so it just checks for that meta package. So Hayden must be feeling confident that this works. In fact, here he goes. He's proven it's been tested. Need to resolve another. That's probably because of those. What's that complaining about? Because of this language environment thing. Right. Okay. So let's move Hayden's meta package down here and get rid of this, get rid of that. So that should be sufficient to get that all merged. Markers resolved, and I suspect we're going to get a squash and merge. There we go. Right then. How's everyone in chat? Anyone from America here, or are you all off celebrating and partying at the moment? Let me just have a little catch up in chat here. What's going on? Hello, Rick. Welcome back. Rick is, of course, the artist, the creator of the logo for the Rolling Rhino. Okay. Hello, V Sky. Hello, Hayden. Hello. Thank you for the PR. Hey, Bill. How are you? Hello, Jack Thomas. So, if you're new to this stream, say hello in chat. Introduce yourself. It's always nice to see the new people that are joining us, and you know, consider giving this channel a sub or a like or whatever. Okay, so Joshua says the celebrations don't start for another 2 hours. Hayden says waiting for the sun to go down to blow things up. Is this is you get the fireworks out, right? Philip says he's French. Yeah, we're not. Well, I don't know, Philip. Maybe you are celebrating. Didn't the French have a hand in the history of today for our friends in America? Right then, let's hello, Carlos. Welcome to the stream. Right, let's see what have we got left here. Fix a typo. Well, this should be easy enough to review. Right, let's have a look. What have we got here? Right, that's in the README. It is in the README. Okay, let's get that merged then. Okay. Philip says his daughter was born in San Francisco, so he's celebrating too. And Christopher, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it live. Hello, Farron. Welcome back. How are you? Right then, what have we got here? Apt auto remove. Okay. To clean traces after the upgrade. Okay. Okay, I think that'll be fine. So what's that conflicting with? Ah, the message. Okay. Right, let's get that merged. Farron says they're sleepy and recharging for Biddle. Oh, is that today? What day is it today? Is it Saturday? Is there a Biddle tonight? Later tonight? I don't attend regularly enough to have it in my mind when their streams happen. Maybe, so Itzwell says, yes, there's a Big Daddy Linux live this evening. Okay. Well, how long before that's happening? If you can let me know in chat, maybe I'll join them this evening. Depends what time it is, because sometimes it's like early hours of the morning. Right then, what have we got here? Added information about apt update and apt remove in the README. I'm not going to merge that one because I think the one we've just merged actually negates the need to include that in the... So this is pull request 24. Already, 24. I'll tell you what, software developers out there, this is the way to get contributions to your project. Start live streaming stuff. I've never had so many people contribute to things on GitHub than doing stuff on the live stream. It's brilliant. So I thoroughly recommend that as a way to get some community involvement. Right. I'm going to say fixed via that. So open. There we go. Let's do that. Right then, let's have a little look here. So Big Pod, yeah, you're a regular on Biddle. It must be late for you when it goes live tonight because you're 1 hour offset from me, aren't you? Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Stream Elements says, do it now. Subscribe. Oh, and follow me on Twitter. Crikey, it's getting excited. It's posting in the. So Stream Elements is working, but Streamlabs is not. So there we go. That's an interesting observation. 2 AM for you. Big Pod says it's 2 AM to go Biddle. So that means it's 1 AM for me. So that's in 2 hours. Okay. So Ferran is saying, I want to stream working on the new Ferran OS store. Yep, I think you should, Ferran. If you're able, you're saying that you've had some difficulty streaming in the past, as did I when I started. In fact, as I am this evening, as you can see, I've had to fall back to my original chat thing. God, that's annoying. That's not working. It's so annoying. Right, okay. But yeah, stream stuff. You've got enough of a following on YouTube that you'd be able to drag some people into your channel. You'll certainly get people, even if it's just simple stuff like correcting typos and, you know, trivial mistakes. It's great. Oh, this is an issue. Add a Launchpad PPA update function. What's this? No, I'm not going to accept this one, I don't think. So, first of all, no, there's too many invasive changes here. This tool is intended for experienced users. I don't want to automate things like migrating PPAs. That is out of scope for what I want to do here. Anyone using this should know how to do that, and also you get into dangerous ground if you start messing around with that sort of stuff. I saw something whiz by in chat that caught my eye and attention. So Ferran says that his system doesn't support VAPI. So VA API is another way to do hardware accelerated video encoding. If you want to try that out, Ferran, the snap of OBS Studio, which is what I'm using now, has NVENC and VAPI acceleration enabled. So if you try that out, you should be able to go in there, and if your system supports it, VA API will appear in the list of options and you can just give it a go. You don't have to stream to test it. You can configure OBS to say that your recording settings are the same as your streaming settings, and you can just do a local recording and test that the hardware acceleration is working. And if you do one with X264, pardon me, and one with VA API, you can measure like the system utilization on both to see if it's having a benefit for you. In my experience, VA API is a significant improvement in terms of the CPU load it places on the system. The system's still going to get hot because obviously it's the same part that's actually doing all of the work. So you know, the cooling needs to be decent and what have you. But yeah, it works really well, and the quality is definitely good enough for VA API. I'm not so sold on the AMD stuff. I need to go back and test that though, because I haven't tried that for over a year, I think. Yeah, VA API works reasonably well these days. I've been quite impressed with it, I have to say. But I've only been using it through some integration test scripts that I've set up. So I'm going to leave this pull request alone for the moment because I don't want to touch that one, and that one I know doesn't merge. So let's go and have a look at some of the issues people have reported. Okay. So this person asks, does this mean the rolling rhino could be less secure than a point release? Not only for very small. Oh, in fact, here we've got an answer. Ah, that's an answer from Robbie Basak, who is an Ubuntu archive admin. So that's convenient. There are a few reasons security updates can be delayed. Yes, that's what you may experience. That if there's a high-profile security update that we need to get into the LTS, we will obviously prioritize that because that's where loads and loads of users are. Whereas there are a few, by comparison, running on the development series. So we'll prioritize the released distributions for like the critical security stuff, but they will make their way into the development releases. Usually, you know, by hours difference, you know, later on. So I feel that Robbie has answered that appropriately. I don't think we need to keep that. I think we'll close that. Right then. So that's that. So let's have a look in the issues. Yeah, Ferren, I'll be interested to hear how you get on. Expected double. Oh, okay. So this is the warning that you get. That's expected too. This does not effectively. Okay, I'm going to have to. These are just warnings. I don't know what. QME5 does not allow me to upgrade to QME5. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to circle back to that one because I'm not sure. What's. Let's just go and look at. Yeah, so the reason I was umming and ahhing about that is that QMU in the Groovy archive is 4.2, not 5, and the person talking about unable to upgrade to QMU5 here is the same person that sent the pull request to do PPA migration, so I'm wondering if they're trying to install QMU from a PPA. So I'll ask that question because that may help. And language other than English. Okay. We fixed this. Yes. Okay. So we can go and look at our closed pull requests. Where was the... Yes, fixed in 15. So then this looks like an interesting point. So they raise a good point here, which is using ports rather than archive. And he could well be right about that, but I'm going to need to go away and test that on a ARM device to be absolutely sure that that needs doing. So I think what we'll do now is pull all of those changes down. So let's oh, there are merge conflicts. Did I have stuff outstanding? Oh, I did, okay. Okay, that's fine. I was working on something that didn't operate the way I expected. So I think if we go into code, whoop. So there's that. Right, I'm just going to have a little looking in chat here. So, Jacob says, thanks for this project. You're welcome. It's just a little bit of fun. Yes, we have Stuart Language to thank for the inspiration for this. Big Pod says they weren't able to stream from their older laptop with an older Nvidia card. Yeah. XFCE Nation, hello there. Joshua Lee says Vappy works fine. They're streaming from a 5700 XT. Ah, interesting. Interesting you should say that, Joshua. I've been fantasy building a new PC, which I'm obviously choosing. I say obviously, I've decided that an AMD CPU would be the right option, and I thought, well, whilst I'm at it, I should probably get a current AMD GPU and have a play with that, because the last AMD GPU that I played with is the one that's integrated in the Hades Canyon NUC that I have, and that's still although they refer to it as Vega, it's actually a Polaris generation APU, and the quality on that for video encoding is awful, which is why I want to see what it looks like on a modern chip. So people are having a chat about their systems and their capability to stream. Right. I haven't forgotten that I said I would do some videos about OBS stuff as well. I still intend to do that. Right, okay, so I think what we can do then is run up a Ubuntu VM. I better bring that down into the... It's on the wrong screen. Here it is. Let's just turn chat off for a little bit. Right, so my password is test, by the way. Okay then. This is a VM from a few days ago. and it will be a bit out of date, but I don't mind that. No. So we'll wrong password, because my password is test. Right. So Kevin, I think you're asking me that question. Kevin is asking, why do I stream using YouTube and not Twitch? Deliberate decision or random? Kind of a deliberate decision. So I have streamed on Twitch. My friend Popey and we did some streaming on Twitch earlier in the year. We were doing some retro gaming on a channel called 8-Bit Versus, and that was all Spectrum and Commodore 64 retro gaming. So I'm familiar with Twitch, but my feeling was there is a larger Linux audience here on YouTube than on Twitch, and I felt that it would be easier to find that audience on YouTube than try and encourage them over to Twitch, which is ostensibly, you know, a gaming platform. I know there's other stuff that goes on Twitch these days, but you know, it's predominantly gaming. So I thought I'd do this like Let's Code stuff on YouTube, and I am planning on streaming some gaming stuff to Twitch in the near future. I don't play games very often, but I really like retro gaming, and I thought if I'm going to play a game, a bit like this, if I'm going to spend an evening working on something, I may as well live stream it so other people benefit. And I thought, well, if I'm going to play a computer game, I may as well live stream it, because why not? So I will start doing that at some point as well. Hopefully that answers the question. Big Pod's saying similar sorts of things, that yeah, Twitch is largely a gaming audience. Although I do follow a couple of channels on Twitch that are all developers working on modern Commodore 64 games, and they live stream their development processes. So I do watch some of the channels like that there, but I didn't feel like this sort of thing was a good fit for Twitch. But you never know. Maybe I'll go to Twitch at some point. But at the moment, this YouTube thing's all working for me. Streamlabs isn't, but YouTube's working fine. Right. Okay. So let's. Oh, I haven't checked it out, right? Okay. Issued error? Yeah, good. Right then, all checks passed. That looks like a new prompt, and this has worked. This is therefore the big change that John, the nice guy, made, was all of the messaging, so that clearly works. I hit yes. This is doing its thing. So we'll let that run. Whilst that's running, I'll just take a little look in chat. Yeah, and Kai, hello Kai. I didn't say hello earlier, I didn't see you. But Kai also points out that, yeah, there's sort of a Linux community here on YouTube. And when Alan and I, we were bootstrapping a sort of a new channel, even sort of having a bit of a following on, you know, social networks, it was difficult to sort of get an audience together on Twitch. I suspect if we'd have done it on YouTube, we may have found more people, but we'll never know. That channel lives on. It's on YouTube as well, but they're like archival copies of the live streams. Will rolling-rhino get its own repo? No, Joshua. No, rolling-rhino is just this tool. Just this tool to make it easier for people that do want to track the latest development to do so. Right then, let's try a thing. Let's go up to this chat cam here. Let's also unbreak this chat and just move that to where it should be, or at least a little better than where it was at the moment. Okay, let's do that. Right, okay, so let's do that YouTube thing. If you're new here and you haven't said hello in chat, say hello in chat. It's a friendly crowd here. We'd like to see who the new people are. And if you are in chat and you're not subscribed, try subscribing. Let's see if we can get that sub train going. And if not, if you've got any value out of this so far, give it a thumbs up. Right then, let's take a look. This is still going. Oh, Rick did make a rolling-rhino background. Yes. Hang on a minute. Let's go and bring that up. So, in the rolling-rhino README down here, there are some credits, one of which will take you to Rick's artwork for rolling-rhino. Here we go. There's that noise again. The heck is that? No idea what that is. Right, and here you go. You will find somewhere in here wallpapers for the rolling-rhino. So yes, thank you for that reminder, Rick. Nice one. Right, and there we go. And also we can see here. This is the extra step that one of the PRs added, which is to do an automatic auto remove of orphaned packages. So that all appears to work, which is brilliant. Right then, I'm just catching up on the chat here, so let's just move to the big chat camera. There we go. So, I think that's as much as I'm going to do today. I'm going to take a look at the ports query. I'll have a look at that tomorrow. I'll get a Raspberry Pi out and just check if all. I mean, well, we could have a look at it now, couldn't we? We could do something along the lines of. Where we create the archive entry here, we could say that, and then we could say what is the correct dpkg architecture host? There we go. So is that the only one that's... I'm going to need to look at something that's got the ports in it. I need to check all of them, that's the problem. So where can I do that? Seeds. Oh, I've switched screens. Right, let's try this. Is it seeds? I need to check. I think it is, isn't it? No, it's not the seeds. It's Okay, let's go and grab this. So let's go and grab this into. In fact, I've already got it. I don't even need to check it out, do I? So let's have a little look in here. Okay. The path is different as well. Okay. And ARMHF, ARM64, so it's everything except for AMD64. So we could do this, couldn't we? Copy that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the host architecture. And see if it's Intel 64-bit. And if it is, then we're going to make the archive equal to this here. Now, technically, yeah, okay, we will need this because there are people running Ubuntu desktop on ARM. So that should do it. Oh goodness, I've got some of my own. Right, let's just have a little look here. We've got some discussion about the wallpapers for the rolling-rhino going on in the chat there. So Kai says he's tired and he's struggling with the Ubuntu Lumina remix to change the builder. You've been wrestling with this builder for some time, Kai. What's the problem? Code Balian, hello. Welcome to the stream. All right, just started to get into coding. Very good. Hopefully you'll get something out of this, maybe. I wonder if I can get that. There we go. Just looking through. Yeah, I do. So you're talking about Docker. For you, if you're talking about Docker there, I do image building in LXD predominantly, or sometimes if I'm doing foreign architectures, I use systemd nspawn. I could use LXD as well, but I haven't mastered how to do that in LXD yet. But I do the foreign. So using systemd nspawn, you can create a container. Or you can mount something inside a container that is ARM, for example, on an Intel system, and then operate on that container using QEMU static. So you can run ARM executables and binaries from inside the container, inside that container on your Intel workstation. It won't access the PPA properly. What? Because it's a Docker. Okay, right. So I think that now we can change all references to that. Let's just change this one so we don't snooker ourselves. I think that will do it. So replace all of those. Right then, so that should do the right thing. That's a pretty big change, however, so we should probably test that. So I'm just going to copy that file over. Rolling-rhino to I've already forgotten what the address was. 2.15. Oh, what have I done here? Ah, I don't need to do that, do I? I can go here. There we go. That one. So it's in that VM. SCP is it capital? Can't remember. No. Oh, I've got two missing. No. I haven't got my networking set up right. Bother. Blue Freaker is asking. let's just switch this so it's a bit easier for me to read. Okay. Ferran's right, it will, but I was just going to coerce it. Blue free kill. There's a question, right. Completely unrelated. What's Debian's Ubuntu equivalent to the AUR? In Debian, I don't know. In Ubuntu, it would be snaps and PPAs. Right. How brave am I feeling? Very is my assessment. So let's right. Right then, we'll sort that out. So let's do that and then push that branch up. Okay. So, as Ferran observed, this will, well, in fact, let's prove the point. If we try and run this, it will stop and say, I use the right password and everything. My password is test, by the way. It says, yeah, I'm already done. So we'll just disable that test for the purposes of testing this. So we'll just remove that exit there. Okay. That didn't work. Ah, ports works even for Intel, does it? That's curious. VPKG architecture. Oh. Okay. And we probably these that's installed by default. Maybe turn down the system volume when OBS is open. Why is that? So Joshua was asking that question. Why are you asking me to do that? I think what you're referring to is the ding ding of this thing, aren't you? Right, maybe we can fix that by changing the sounds. Outputs, system volume. Right. Maybe that will solve the problem. There we go. Matthew Robinson. Is there plan support for you to get back off? No. Matthew, it's a one way ticket. It's up to you if you want to go back the other way, but you're effectively downgrading, which, well, you know, it's like saying I'm on the LTS, I want to install the next interim, and then I want to downgrade to the LTS. It's the same situation you're putting yourself in. It's not something you can trivially do. Hopefully I've killed the system sounds in the VM that I was running. Just trying to think of something that I've got that this is not perfect, but yeah, that will do. That will do. It's not. It's okay for the context of what we're using here. Okay, so let's change this to. Okay, let's save that now, and we'll push that to the branch. Let's get cracking gone. There it is. Okay, and push that. And back into VM, we'll stash that temporarily. Okay, yes, I do want to do this thing, and there we go. That has changed the archive, but the security pocket is not all right. I wonder. Okay, I'm not sure I can do that test today because I need to go and check a whole bunch of other stuff. Sources. Yeah, those security pockets. That should be right. Let's go and have a look in that outside of this VM. We'll be doing that in here. Okay, I think that's right. Right then, let's get that. In fact, let's just submit that as a PR. And right then. So we need to go and find that issue. That's issue 26. Right then, there we go. I think we'll call it good there. I need to test that PR a little bit more thoroughly on some Raspberry Pis and what have you to make sure that those security pockets are correctly configured, which is why I've not just pushed it directly, because I can do some more work on that. But that will do it for now, I think. Let's go back there. So thank you all for stopping by. And also thank you for all of those of you that have contributed. In fact, just before I go, because some of you always submit pull requests whilst I'm streaming, so I should probably just go and check that there isn't anything new that I've overlooked whilst we're doing it. So there is. Oh, no, it's mine. That's fine. Okay, so those two we know about. Okay, this is good. Right, so we can go back as we were. Right, so thank you all for stopping by. Enjoy your celebrations, those of you that are in the US. And I shall be streaming again tomorrow, where I will be doing some work on Desktopify. That seems to have sort of captured the imagination of a number of people. And I've been working on another thing derived from Desktopify, and there are some fixes and improvements in that Desktopify doesn't have. So tomorrow I will be adding all of those improvements to Desktopify to sort of finish, in air quotes, Desktopify. So probably a similar sort of time tomorrow, and hopefully by then I'll fix Streamlabs and get the new chat and stuff working. So thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.